Hey you! So getting started on the bass is really easy, but you have to have a solid foundation. Most people watch videos of dope bass players and automatically think it is way too hard or that it's going to take them forever to get that good. But that's so far from the truth. Oh, and if you haven't already, make sure you check out the very first video. Go back and watch the first video because I covered some really important details about the foundation to domination method, and I definitely don't want you to miss that. Okay, enough talk. Now, let me show you how you can get results faster with a modern foundation as your start. We're going to tune the bass, warm up our fingers, and press down on our first note. So, check it out. There are many different ways that you can tune your bass, but my favorite is the clip-on method, where you just clip this right onto your bass and you tune it. So this particular tuner is called a snark, and they make them in all different varieties. The first thing you do, step one, is you clip it onto the headstock of your bass. Headstock is right here where the tuners are located. So you'll just clip it on just like this. The next thing you'll want to do is turn on the tuner. So there should be a little button, and you just press that button and your tuner is on. You don't have to plug your bass into an amplifier, you don't have to plug your bass into anything, and you don't have to actually hear your bass. The only thing you need to know is that the tuner picks up the vibrations from the wood on the bass, causing it to tune and give you the correct notes. So after you turn on your tuner, pluck the thickest string, which is the top string on your bass. So if you have a 4-string like I do, that first string should be E. So let's pluck E. And our tuner is telling us that it's not quite at E. So when the red turns to green, that's how you know that you're in tune. So let's turn our tuner until we get closer to green. So we're going to tighten it a little bit. And just like that, our E is now green. That means your first string is in tune. Now let's go to the string directly below that, which is A. And right now my tuner is showing yellow, or that it's sharp or too high. So now we need to back it off or loosen our tuner until we get green. Now our A is in tune. Let's do the same thing with the next string. The next string below the A is D. So let's pluck the D string. Too low or flat, so we're going to tighten it until we get green. So now our D string is in tune. Now the very last string on the 4-string is the G string, which is the thinnest string on a 4-string bass. Okay, so right now we have yellow, and it is too sharp or too high. So we need to loosen the tuner until we get green. And there we go, we are in tune. Now I want to show you some exercises that warm up your fingers before you even pick up your bass. So the very first thing I want you to do is I want you to warm up your thumbs. So I just move my thumbs in circles just like this, because after you really start playing, you'll notice that you'll have a little sore spot right here in your thumb, especially on your left thumb if you're playing right-handed. Your left thumb, because that's the tension that holds the back of the neck. The next exercise I want you to do is I want you to put your hands together like this, and I want you to squeeze your fingers really tight. Like actually use the muscles of your fingers and then open them back up. Slowly, but make sure you're squeezing your fingers, and then open it as wide as you can get them to go, and then do the same thing again. The next thing I want you to do is something that you probably do anyway, is just interlock your fingers like this so that the back of them looks like this, and then just squeeze out like that. Just squeeze out. It actually warms up your arms too, which is really cool. Now I want you to just take your hands and just move them in circles like this. Go back and forth, because it's actually going to warm up your wrists as well as the tendons in this part of your hand. So warm that up, warm it up, warm it up, warm it up. It also warms up your forearms, which you use that a whole lot playing the bass, even though you may not feel it at first. Now, the last thing I want you to do for your warm up is to put your hands together like you're praying, and then you're going to pull your fingers down like this. So They should look like this from the top. And then you're going to alternate. And the faster you go, the better, because it's really, really warming up the tendons. Now I want to show you the correct way to press down on the bass so that you establish a great technique from the beginning. So before any notes are played, let's establish the 1 finger per fret rule. What is a fret? A fret is something that divides the notes. So these lines that you see in the neck of the bass divides it up into separate notes. So those are frets. Fret 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to press down on fret number 3 with our index finger. Now when we press down, we should not be on top of the fret line because that's in between 2 separate notes. So what we should do is we're going to play just behind the fret line in front of it. So just behind, right here. So now what you want to do is you want to make sure that your fingers stay curled as much as possible so that it doesn't take you as long to come from this down to this. You want your fingers to stay close as you can to the strings. Index, middle, ring, pinky. Index, middle, ring, pinky. You want to make sure that you're pressing down pretty firmly on that string. In my upcoming bass domination course, I'm going to teach you how to play various hit songs, how to play with other musicians, right and left hand techniques, and so much more. So be on the lookout in the next few days. In the next video, I'm going to show you the most powerful thing I've ever learned. And I mean hands down, point blank, period. The most powerful thing you could know as a bass player. I hope you had fun watching this video. Hopefully you learned something new, and I can't wait to show you what's next. Lots of love, and I'll see you soon. Bye.